Yo, what up everyone, it's me BaRKy and I'm here with another mod showcase for today, and today's mod is Vanilla Factions Expanded Insectoids. Quite a mouthful. A lot of these vanilla expanded stuff, they usually are. But anyways, this is the mod made by the Vanilla Expanded team. I'm sure you all know them, they make amazing things. The mod that basically overhauls insectoids. So if you know insectoids, they are the annoying things that come when you're building a mountain base, and they sort of come and infest into the base and dug up and just sort of spawn and be irritating, and they're really hard to kill.
The only good bug is a dead bug.
And you can try burn them out, but generally they're quite tough. But besides that, they are a one-trick pony, so once you know how to just sort of exploit them, they kind of become a bit easy to deal with. Now this basically overhauls that almost entirely, so changes insects from the random event that you get where they just spawn in your base and sort of attack you into their very own faction that you can go ahead and raid, and they can raid you the same way that mechanoids or other factions can. So if I go look at the world map, we can see a infested settlement right here, which is pretty cool. There's quite a few on the map, so you can see there these things over here, quite a few of them. But yes, they will raid you. The mod also adds in a whole lot of other new things that have to do with insects, as well as some weapons. So I have a whole list of things that the mod adds in these couple rooms over here. So we start with weapons, and then quest rewards, and then insect drops. So it's all of this stuff. So let's start with the weapons. So the mod adds in a whole lot of plasma weapons. Now the neat thing about these plasma weapons is that when you fire them, they actually light stuff on fire. So I'll bring my colonists out over here and I'll show you just the plasma beam rifle. I'm not going to go through every single weapon, but I will give you the gist of what they do. They are incredibly strong though, I will say that. They're awesome to use. Genuinely quite fun to use, come on. You can tell we're lagging quite a bit, so... And I will show you why we're lagging in a moment. It has nothing to do with the mod, believe me on that. There we go, good enough for me. So I'm gonna go and fire. You can see immediately lit on fire, and they're busy burning, and you'll keep chasing them. So there we are, lights them on fire. It doesn't light the area on fire, thankfully, unless they die when they're on fire. But they're the plasma weapons. So these all come from quest rewards and otherwise traders, so you can't build them yourself, unfortunately. They are incredibly strong though. Just keep that in mind. So the plasma beam rifle, the plasma cutter, the plasma piercer, the plasma scattergun, the plasma saw, which is just awesome. I mean, look how cool that looks. And the plasma sword. There's also a riot shield as well as a whole set of riot gear, which I will get into soon, but it looks like this. The reason why this was added in is because the main type of damage that these insects do is blunt. So if they hit you, they'll try and do blunt damage. There are a few that do piercing or slashing. Next up we have the eraser, so one use artifact that utilizes a vanometric core to erase everything in a radius of 10 from existence. Needs to be manually triggered, and guess what that means? It means that your colonist who uses it gets screwed. Then we have the architect shield belt. So this is just a shield belt that is pretty damn strong. It does not recharge though, so keep that in mind. Once you've used it up entirely, and it's gone. Next up we have the psychic warhead. This is probably my personal favorite of the drops, but when you shoot this warhead and it hits a group of people, it turns them into permanent berserk mode, which is just damn awesome to see. Then we have the architect teleporter. You can use this to travel up anywhere on the world map basically and take 500 kilograms of mass with you, which is damn awesome and just ridiculously strong. And then we have the psychic pacifier. So if you shoot this at someone, they'll probably join your faction, but they probably will have brain damage. So keep that in mind. You can also use it through walls. So if you have a prisoner, say inside here, and you shoot it, it'll down them. Then we have the drops and the materials that you can utilize from the actual insects. So there's drone genetic material that you can get over here. So there's 3 types. I'll get to that in a little bit, just because it's a rather interesting mechanic. Insect milk, you can drink this, you can use it, it's pretty cool, has nutrition. We have insectoid unfertilized eggs, so you can eat it, but you should probably cook it. Once you cook it, it's pretty damn good. We have chitin, which is, if you know how bugs work, they have this thing called chitin around them. Some of them do, I don't know, I'm not an insect. Don't quote me on that, okay? Just don't quote me. But yeah, it's pretty cool, it's a material that you can use. It's pretty damn strong. pretty damn strong, I must admit. But I made some things out of it here. So you can see a chitin wall goes for 600 HP, which is pretty good. Definitely not overly broken, and it has the same flammability as plasteel. Chitin door needs speed at 100% for those who are interested in that. 320 HP, and then a dining chair, 200 HP. And then finally we have spider silk. Now this is quite a beautiful material, 400% beauty, but it burns like crazy. Definitely not worth using in any armor, but it is lovely to look at. So you can see the chair, normal chair gives you 16 beauty, which is pretty cool. And I just made some things out of it. You can see it doesn't give much HP at all. So if you make it in your base, it'll probably be destroyed relatively quickly. So let me get to the genetic material, because this makes up a pretty big part of the mod. So this is the genetic material. You get royal genetic material, which is the expensive one. You get the warrior genome, which is the warrior genetic material over here. And then we have finally the drone genetic material. And these things can be used basically to install insect parts into your colonists, or with a very special building called a bioengineering incubator, you can actually build your own insectoids. So I've got a few being built over here, but I've got a spare one that's not being used, so you can mess around with it over here. So if I want to put in royal genome, drone genome, and another royal genome, and tell them to insert it, they will put them in. Now another pretty cool mechanic is that you can actually install them into your colonists. So if I take a colonist over here, let's say Fisher, I can operate on them and install drone genome, warrior genome, or royal genome. And now this will give them a random chance to have a certain thing happen to them. So with this person's Serenity, I've given them a pheromone, secretus, synaptic cerebellum, and a ventricular sleeve. And they all have different effects. You actually need to go and read the mod page to go find out exactly what they do. But it's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. This is the drone genome over here. And then the warrior genome over here. So it does max out. These are kind of the max ones you can get, but you just install them and they fit into the right place, which you get a whole lot of cool mechanics, stuff like that. And then you can remove them, so you can reuse them if you want to. Definitely worth a read on the actual mod page to find out exactly what they do, because yeah, it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird to be like, hey, this is really cool, and let's just make clones of insectoids. And also, sorry, Rim Hunter, we're gonna be sticking inside you. Hope you enjoy, buddy. But yeah, this bioengineering incubator, this can only be found on traders or as quest drops, so just keep that in mind. They are not able to be built, so you can't make them. A lot of this mod is sort of find out as you go, which is pretty sweet. Now there are a whole lot of new insect types, so I'm gonna go ahead and do an incident and have an infested ship pod drop. So let's see where that lands. Right there. So this might look familiar to you. An infected fish, an infested crashed ship pod. I must be going insane. I've got a whole lot of decked out colonists, all with miniguns. Also, don't mind the sound of something digging. That'll come later in the video. So we're gonna go ahead and put our colonists at the bottom here and shoot it at it, and I can show you some of the new insect types that you get. Otherwise, I'll just spawn them in. Alright, let's open them up. Let's take a look. These are just the base ones. Also, these are miniguns. Yeah, there we go. Destroyed pretty quickly, which is nice. Take out the rest of them. There are a few others that you can get. Let's just go through the list, basically. I thought we'd get lucky, but you get an Insectoid Queen. So if I spawn in the Queen, this is the Queen here. Pretty damn amazing artwork. I know I always hop on with Vanilla Expander, but definitely enjoy the artwork of these damn cool things. So anyways, the Insectoid Queen, really difficult to kill, does a crap ton of damage, and as it's chilling, it will spawn more insects. So as it goes on, it'll spawn more of these scarabs and mega spiders. So you gotta take it out pretty early. You wanna hit it with flame damage. Now, flame damage just melts everything in this game. But anyways, while we're doing this, we're going to spawn the next one. So next up we have the larva, or the insectoid larva. And these little things here, which are pretty cool. They don't do any damage to you, so if they get up to you, they do, I mean, hardly anything, 0.04. But as time passes, they actually grow into different insects. So if you leave them for too long, they will become different insectoids. Go get rid of the last one. Now it might seem a bit weird because insectoids just attack you straight away. They don't have any time to grow generally. But that's where this mod comes in. Next up, I'll show you a few of the other ones. One of my favorites is called the megapede. Go megapede. And it is this giant tanking, hulking thing. Yeah, we got so many guns, it just doesn't take long to kill anything, obviously. So we have the Giga Locust and the Mega Spider next, the royal one. So let's go ahead and show you guys that the Giga Locust is pretty damn creepy. Look at this thing. Damn, it's just so weird. Imagine this gigantic thing, the size of an elephant. So these can fly, which is pretty cool. So probably one of the toughest ones you can get, if not the toughest insectoid you'll face. All you need to do is hit them with fire damage. And you'll be fine. And then we have the last one, which is the royal larva. And these things will grow and they will become royal mega spiders. Can you hear that? I can, and it is terrifying. Alright, let's get out of here. Send them back to base. Need to go heal regardless. So it does add in a whole lot of new quest events and stuff like that, but the biggest thing are the new incidents that it adds in. So the first insectoid raid that you get, I'll do this, I'll tell you the first raid that you get, so you can see straight away spawning some pretty potent things. Although I do have the difficulty up to max, but your game will always start with one of these. So the first raid you get, just to sort of show you who's boss, because they are incredibly tough to kill. I mean, I make it look easy just because all my colonists are decked out to shit, because they have a pretty nice guy running the colony. But no, they're really difficult to kill. They all do blunt damage, so just keep that in mind. The infested ship module, that's the one I showed you, the ship drop part, and the small ship drop part. Now these aren't the ones you really need to worry about. It's the actual specific raids. So let's go there. Insect raid. 10,000 points. It's these ones that you really need to be careful with. So the final one that I do want to show you is taking the sweet time to actually get down here, is this over here. So I have something special planned. Now take a look at this. A tad bit scary, but what I did is I built Drixseal right through the mountain, and then built a mountain around it, and then did 4 gigantic infestations. And this is the scary thing with these infestations, because you can't see it right now, so we're gonna anti-grain the shit out of them quickly. Or actually we'll just use psychic warheads and just have them fight each other. Once they go do that, we can see them fight each other, because there's 0 chance my colony will be able to take them on at all. But the interesting thing about these giant infestations, and a part that I want to show in a second, is that these basically become almost like colonies on your map that you need to deal with, of insects. And I'll show you how it works in a moment. Great. These are the smart ones. And they seem to be teleporting somewhere. Alright, so I just spent about... I don't want to tell you how long I actually spent on doing it. But anyways, what I had done to get 10 million insectoids in here was I did this incident and I did giant infestation. I hate that sound. It just scares the crap out of me. You just hate, I mean, just the sound of something digging in the gravel. It's just so pissing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you will ever have this sort of thing happen in a game where you get 50 large infestations at once. Now, the reason I'm doing this is just to sort of speed up time. Mostly because it would take me ages to get you. But if you leave something like this for long enough, this will happen. Because what they do is they will come outside eventually and grab food. Come back in, eat their food, whatever. And they will keep on expanding and expanding and expanding. And eventually they will get out of control. So what I did before was an extreme example, which I just made for the video, but as long as they have one of these insectoid queens, they will continuously expand. And I mean that seriously. So there we go. This is what I did before. It's an awesome mechanic. It reminds me very much of the aliens in Alien vs Predator. I actually wish that this part was expanded further, just because it's such a cool idea. There's a lot of stuff that I want to show you in the mod, so I can't really let this go for a time lapse, because I kind of want to keep this video not overly long. Now, I've spoken on the bioengineering incubator, so you can make a whole lot of your own different types of vat-grown insectoids. Do check the actual page for a list of all the different ones you can make with the different genomes that you get. But I do want to show you a insect base. So thanks to a little bit of help from Chicken Plucker, I have a chopper here. So we're going to load up a whole bunch of our colonists, a whole bunch of food. Let's do that, and that should be fine. So let's take a look. Now, I wanted to get a good insect base, which is right here. Drop it edge. There we go. So going across the world and landing at this insect base right as it hits nighttime. So let's take a look at what an insectoid base actually looks like, or an infested city as this one's called. I don't know, you're about to see something really freaking awesome. Get out of here. Welcome to the infested base. How cool is this? It's just a base swallowed up by insects. Let's go ahead and just rain hell from above. We should be fine, I think, with this many people or with miniguns. I hope. There we go, and that one just got destroyed. Literally. Imagine you're a cute little insect and you think your raid was successful and need to be met by these. Let's take a look. Lots of royal jelly around. Royal jelly is cool. Really cool. It's almost a bit like a food, but it's also a drug. And there we go, all done. It's destroyed. Let's take a look around. Some Drixsteel here. Drixsteel always nice to find. And there's some chitin. A whole lot of stuff in here, actually. Nice, awesome. Still more insects here, gotta keep an eye on that. At least he opened the door for us. Oh, crap. Oh boy. This seems like a good idea. So while they're busy fighting, I must say that it is really just the aesthetic of the mod that really sells me, just because of the high quality artwork. The fact that this place is genuinely just covered in slime, you can just see almost like remnants of a battle that's happened, and I just love that. I really, really dig stuff like that. It looks awesome. I mean, I really can't complain. Let's explore for a bit more and then head back to base. Yeah, okay. Anyways, that's it. Let's load this back up. Get out of here. After we've raided the entire base, we can head back home. Because I planned out the amount of fuel that perfectly, I must admit. So the mod does add in a few more things, like its very own storyteller. So if you're into those sorts of things, there is a storyteller. Now, I've played with the storyteller a ton. Just keep in mind that it means that there are 0 good events at all. Nothing good ever happens with Empress Evil, so just keep that in mind. It is impossible. Such a difficult storyteller. Impossible mode on that one feels so much harder than any other random or anything else. It's crazy. And then there is a scenario. I was gonna say there are a few, but I think there's only one. So that's pretty cool. And that's basically it for the mod. I love this mod, so please do give it a try. I haven't gone over everything that this mod has to offer, such as how many things you can make in the incubator, how exactly all the genomes and everything like that works. There's also a few different raid types that I haven't gone over that the insects can do, such as their own sieges and burrows and stuff like that. But yeah, it is just damn interesting. I don't want to talk about it for too long because this video would just be so long, and that would be an issue. Because YouTube punishes people when they make too long videos that nobody watches. Hashtag represent. But anyways, I'll leave this video, and while I leave it, you guys can watch this insect colony just get blown to hell. Anyways, thank you again for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Hey, thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. It's really awesome of you. I've got a Discord server that's free for all to join if you'd like to come and have a chat with me or anyone else. And I've also opened up a Patreon page to help fund my videos, so if any of those interest you, please go ahead and take a look at the description. Have a great day, and thank you very much for watching.